I'm going to rotate my camera slightly so it looks like it's a different video. But basically, um, in light of the end of the year and being close to my birthday, I want to think about the ways that I've changed and things that I've learned about myself this year. And the first is that I think that I have come to terms that at the end of the day, I will become myself. Like, this is a text that a friend sent to me. But I think that for a long time, I was trying to choose all angsty between, like, should I do this? Should I do that? And, like, what I think I realized at the end of the day is that, like, you're not going to be able to pick. Like, your life's work will be an encapsulation of the person that you are, the same way that the career that you pick has like embedded personality traits in it. Like if you're working in electronics, you're probably like somewhat detail oriented, or if you're working in like venture, you're probably someone that like likes many ideas and like wants like high exposure to many people and topics. And it's just like um, whatever role or job you end up taking, especially in this economy where people don't really have like super long defined careers at like a single company anymore, the collection of affiliations and projects and stuff like that that you work on will be an encapsulation of different characteristics of your personality. So it's like when it comes to having to pick something, like I feel very lucky to be in a place and in like a career environment where I no longer feel like I need to pick, which is kind of cool. So yeah, just like a great sense of like ease there. I think another thing is related to health, and that is that like environments is the only thing can that is useful to think that matters. So what I mean by this is that like I should not like set myself up for failure by relying on willpower because there's just not enough of it to go around. Not that I think that like this was it like will depletion is a real thing because I think that's also a self-fulfilling prophecy. But like the fact that like I have like times like that are sacred blocks for exercising, or that like I will not buy snacks that I know that I don't think are good to eat and stuff like that. And I think that type of conditioning and decision making with a sober mind to influence my future self is an altruist or it is a generous way for me to be a healthy person and not constantly feel like I need to beat myself up about like situations where I have set myself up for failure. So I think that's one thing. Another thing is like, and everybody and their literal mothers will say this till the end of time, but like health mattering a lot. And like, if even if you can't convince yourself that it matters to you, you should convince yourself that it matters because the unhealthiness is like a sink that sucks in all the people around you. So it's like if you're not sleeping well, then you're gonna have like poor like emotional management that will affect like your closest friends. And it's like, okay, so you're actively hurting them by not taking care of yourself. That's so stupid. Like that's like a lose-lose situation if I've ever seen one. So stuff like that. I think other things is that I think I'm much more certain in what I want to do because I've had a chance to try different things. And that being that like 4 month stints or like trial runs are extremely effective of seeing if you actually want to do the thing, and that we should enable those for people as much as possible. And I think other things are around friendships and stuff like that, where believing that you're surrounded by the best people is like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I think a lot of the through line of ideas that I've held this time is just like what are things that are useful to believe and what are things that will like actively make me better to believe that are real, even if they're not true. And then like uh kind of like conning my own brain into believe believing them so that the good things happen. Like I think yeah, it's like a funny pattern. Um yeah, so using that to change the things that I can and then being okay, like a deep okayness with the things that aren't. Also, it's really cool to feel like more of the range of human emotion, like the sad and the happy. And I just feel so, I'm like oozing with gratitude every single day. It sounds so cheesy, but I feel very, we were talking about potentially getting a house for the last 8 months of school, and I was just like so bubbly at the thought of like spilling out into the lawn, doing like a water gun fight, or like I don't know, standing around a kitchen counter talking to my roommates, and I'm just like, these are the things that I'm excited for. Like, I have the whole world at my fingertips, and I'm like feel so smitten by all of the little indulgences that I get to experience with friends and beyond. So life is so good, is my conclusion. Um, and life has to continue to be good. So I have to be healthy, have to be continue to be extremely benevolent to people, and things will keep being good. So yeah, I think before I felt like a wide toothed sieve, and like all the good things were happening, and I like couldn't possibly stand to catch all of it. Um, but now I feel like I have a more like tightly teethed sieve, and also that like if it falls through my cracks, that's okay. Or like a sieve with like some funnels going off of it. So it's like if it's a good thing coming my way, but I can't take it on myself, I'll like volley it up to somebody else. Um, and somehow it always finds a way to come back. So yeah, it's like the good things are happening right now, and I feel guilty for not taking advantage of it, either just by enjoying it or by like making the most of an opportunity. And I don't really know how to deal with that yet, but that's something for me next year to figure out and yeah, to ponder, to ponder. Yeah, that's all.